So I had a 3-minute spot to give him a quick rundown of the great controversy and the contents thereof. And I said, Mr. Governor, I said, this is an incredible book for our time. I said, it's an old book from the 1800s, but it's like reading out of the page of modern newspapers now and the things that are happening. And I said, especially the last chapters that are in this book are especially important for the times in which we're living. And it goes from Christian history, right after the start of the early church through the Dark Ages, and brings us up to speed to where we are now, and especially the liberty of conscience and how liberty of conscience is being threatened. And when I said that, I told him there's a whole chapter, showed him the chapter in there, gave it to him. He said, I am very interested in reading this book. And he said, thank you so much for this gift. This means a lot to me. And we actually gave him the book, took a picture with him, shook his hand, and then he was off with his staff on his journey from there. So it was just amazing. God put us in the right place at the right time to bear a message, and we're so thankful that God put this burden on your guys' heart to craft a beautifully inspired rendition of the Great Controversy that is not just worthy of anybody's attention, but especially of dignitaries and people that need to understand the truth for this time, and maybe pivotal in standing up for truth as we move forward.
It's really interesting you say that, because when we first started this ministry, myself and Adam, we were organizing the first trip. We weren't even thinking it was a ministry. It was just some videos for our young people of our local conference. And God took that and multiplied it. But I remember on the first trip, we were kind of texting and talking, and I said to Adam, hey, I want to bring Ashley with us. And Ashley's a photographer, and most of the pictures in that book are from Ashley. And I remember Adam was like, we don't need a photographer. Like, what do we need a photographer for? And in my head, I was like, I don't know, what do we need a photographer for? But, Ashley wants to come. Let's get some pictures. And throughout our ministry journey, like throughout the last, we're celebrating 10 years next year. Throughout the last 10 years, like pretty much every location we've been to, Ashley has come and taken pictures.
Amen.
And we knew that would be for this book.